This is something pretty special. This is the new 314 CE V-Class. This follows in the series of the V-Class, which Taylor's going through the whole line. Started at the 9s, working their way down. Now they're into the where it starts, the 3 series and the American stuff. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. Finally, it's here. I think we've all anxiously been awaiting this guy. The V-Class version, or the now V-Class and moving forward 314 CE. So if you're not familiar with the V-Class, the X bracing that Taylor used to use is now gone and will be forever. Andy Powers has designed something pretty special, the new V-brace. You can't really see it obviously, but if you were to spin this top around, instead of seeing the X that you would normally see on you know, say a Martin today, or even the prior Taylors, the bracing now actually looks like a V. Because right here and right here, there's some some support braces there. It's very minimal. When you look at it, it's pretty spectacular what he's done in terms of the engineering and how it seems like there's not much bracing at all, but how stable it is. What it does to the sound is it makes it louder, which I'll demonstrate if you haven't heard already from the meeting intro, but it also gives you more sustain. So the V-brace has now added volume and sustain. It's also corrected the elusive intonation issue that has been plaguing guitars for years. But I guess what the V-brace has done is now allowing the top to move freer, so it's not as stiff. I guess the X bracing, as great as it was and has been for 200 years, there must have been some, you know, limitations to it. And I think the stiffness was the biggest problem with the X bracing. So Andy Powers has solved that with the V brace. Now the top moves freer, which allows, again, more volume, more sustain. It's pretty incredible. It's definitely you know, mind blowing. If that's, you know, if I could say that. It's revolutionary, really. So. I was playing some pretty hard chords in the beginning just so you can hear how much volume this guitar can produce. Of course, hearing it up front, you know, in person and on video is one thing, but it does have a lot of volume. So if you take that prior 314, you're still going to have the similar sound because it's still made from the same wood. The beauty is they didn't change anything in terms of like what the 3 series is made up of, which is sapele and spruce. That stays the same. It's just the bracing. So you're getting all the qualities of the sapele spruce tonally, but just louder, much louder. So as you can hear, as I just play a basic E chord, I mean, it's just punchy, loud, and it rings. So I mean, it's incredible how long that thing rings. So if you're looking for something with a lot of volume, this is definitely something to consider. So and it doesn't matter where you play. You know, hot. It just carries. There's just no weakness in anywhere on the fretboard. So what's also cool too, aside from that volume and sustain, is that, as I mentioned earlier, that intonation problem. What's cool about it is that the notes, those intervals, obviously fourths and fifths are the guitar likes that. It seems to be in tune with those intervals, but thirds, sixths, sevenths, ninths, as a guitarist, they tend to when you're playing those, you get, even the guitars in tune, there's like this kind of warble. There's just something that makes you kind of cringe, especially when you're, you know, playing up high, you know, above the 9th fret. That seems to be fixed. You can play, I mean, I can just do a triad anywhere high. You know, it's just, it's smooth. You don't hear those crazy notes. And again, I think because the guitar is just, it's freer to move, like the fact that it is louder and has more sustain, it's zapped that problem of those unforgiving notes. So it's a win-win all the way around. So if you're a player that, you know, besides just playing down low and chording and rhythm stuff, if you like to play up high, you can do it with ease. I mean, there's no flaw. So I'll play the chord up higher and just, I can let it ring out. And this is just a simple triad. I mean, it's still ringing. It's incredible. It's like hitting a low key on a piano, on an expensive piano. It just rings. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, it's amazing. So the Andy Powers has really designed something special with this. And what's cool too is if you're in some type of duo, or if there's multiple guitars in your group, if you all have V-brace guitars, it doesn't matter where the one guy's playing, the other guy's playing, they're all going to be in sync. There's not going to be any weirdness to their playing. And there's no difference in the back and sides and top to the prior 314. But I noticed they did change the inlay design on the threes. As you can see, it's a little fancier. And they also put a new inlay on the headstock there. So that's the only difference. Still ebony fretboard, Sitka spruce top, Sapelli back and sides, ES2, all the same goodness that Taylor throws in their guitars. But yeah, cosmetically just a little different there. So yeah. This guitar can be purchased right here at Empire Music in our store or on our website, empiremusiconline.com. So 314 CE V-Class.